talking about like how you ran black rooms and white rooms and all that stuff. Do any white comics stick out as they were good in black rooms?
Right off the rip, Bill Burr.
Bill Burr, really?
Bill
Yeah,
Burr's
and I'm
big
telling you, I don't care what anybody says. Bill Burr was destined to like superstardom and fame, whatever. But I'm gonna tell you what kept his edge. That he would do like the hoodest spots, and then do the easiest spots, or the one where it was more comfortable. And when we all started about the same time, and one of the clubs we used to work was the Boston Comedy Club, right? Mm-hmm. And I used to produce my own shows, the Black Rooms, right? And me and Burr were cool, and he would like I asked other white comics, "You want to do my?" Are you crazy? People, one time I asked Patrice O'Neal came to one of my rooms, right? And I was like, "You want to go up?" He said, "Nigga, are you fucking crazy?"
No, really?
Wouldn't do it.
Yo,
but Bill Burr,
Patrice is.
yeah, but Bill, I'm telling you, I had some rough rooms. But Bill Burr, he would
Patrice
come.
being afraid of a black crowd is hilarious.
Yeah, but you got to realize that he didn't come up from the black circuit.
Got
He
it.
came from the water drinking circuits.
Yeah.
Where you could do it.
He was-
People,
he was
and people-
hydrated.
He was hydrated. And that's funny. Don't do another one because next thing you know, you're gonna be like, "Coming to the stage." But he was used to a certain environment, and I'm telling you, the rooms I used to do were very intimidating. But Bill Burr, he didn't give a shit, and I'm pretty sure that was part of the thing that made him such a tough comic.
Right.
Shit, I remember when we were doing back in the day, after the Chappelle show, during the Chappelle show, I came up with the idea of doing this tour called the I'm Rich Bitch Tour.
Sure.
And it was me, Charlie, and Bill. Charlie had just probably done stand-up maybe one time in his life. But I was like, we need this money. Just go up there and say,
go.
Charlie Murphy for 30 minutes. Just go up there and repeat lines from Chappelle show 10 minutes. You the draw,
easy.
I'm the draw. And at this time, Bill Burr wasn't a draw at the time. And I know people like, what do you mean? I'm talking about Bill Burr that was about to break away. Bill Burr that had like limited role on Chappelle show. But
Still had his hair.
Yeah, his whole hair. Before he was swimming in the milk. That's called interracial dating.
Wait, what is that?
You didn't know that? Dr. Umar. Oh, my God. First of all.
Dr. Umar.
Yeah, Dr. Umar. Let me say something. Well, according to Dr.
Wouldn't
Umar.
she be swimming in the milk?
Yeah, she was swimming in the milk.
Right.
Yeah, she was. And like me, people that I've been called a bunny hopper. Right? Because, like if you date white women, it's like this. And you got to say like, oh, brother over there, bunny hopping. So this was before Bill Burr. Bill Burr was swimming in the milk. We had this tour, and I was like, I could do the tour with me and Charlie and just find anybody from the show. Mm-hmm. And then like not do an even split or whatever, just give them like a base, whatever, and keep it moving. But I was like, if we're gonna go out, I really wanted to be something that people remember, and I knew adding Bill Burr to it was going to make the show. I could have pulled it off as a bomb squad. So, and I know some questions that people always ask, "Oh, can you follow this person and everything?" But excuse me, I tell people, you want to talk about following somebody, try doing a 45 city tour where you're coming behind Bill Burr every night. I had no nights off.
Yeah.
And any night that I felt like I wasn't myself or in the mode, I knew the comment cards was going to come back. They should have let that white boy close. Right? I had some of those nights. That was because I was partying the night before.
Yeah.
And I had some of those, but that dude is like so strong.
Killer.
People always like, I don't want to go with so-and-so. I believe that you should always test yourself.
Yeah, you should want that.
You should always
the minute
want
that you start like stacking the deck so that you can be the star is the day that show it's a lesser show.
So many people. That's why I really appreciate the relationship I had with Dave, because Dave know I kill stages, right? And most people, headlines at that level, they'll be like, nah, I want that first bang to be from me.
Yeah.
And Davis told me, he said, man, I know the difference when I work with you. He said, I mean, one time he said, God damn it, Donnell, you get one more standing ovation, you're fired. But I kept it going. I never got fired, so I appreciate that.
Dude, the story you were telling on stage was amazing about how you did the special and how Dave was producing it.
Yeah.
And how you did it, 3 times total?
3 times.
I mean, was that like frustrating, or were you happy to do it every time?
No,
or because you had done it and you were happy with it, right?
Yeah.
Like that's where it started. You
Yeah,
were like, I'm good,
yeah,
right?
of course I was frustrated because like the first time I did it, it was right at the end of the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? And it was even hard to try to find a venue that would even hold us because everybody had these rules where we found this spot.
Sure. Yeah.
And the frustration came from like me knowing I did the best I could do in that moment. You know, and the first one, he said he wanted to can it, and I was like, why did I go from a standing O to going crazy to you want to can it? And he said, Donnell, I can put you in front of any audience, and you'll rip it. It doesn't make it a great special. And he saw a bigger picture, and he's always said, out of all the people that I'm producing, that yours is the most anticipated, not because you're the funniest comic, but because the relationship you have with the show. You know, it's like, and I knew that to be true because when I tour with him, right, and I do my own stuff, right, but it's nice balance.
Yeah.
And when I tour with him, like when they do my intro, they'll say like, you seen him on HBO's The Corner or The Wire, and you hear the crowd like,
Yeah.
you seen him in Spider-Man 2. But the minute they say, but you fell in love with him as Ashy Larry, like,
Goes nuts.
you was there.
Yeah.
Whenever they do that,
Yeah.
you know, and that's what he was trying to get. I guess that's what he's trying to get to please those people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And one thing about his special, sometimes you think you ripped in the room from like people that could see you, whatever, but that don't mean it's going to translate on camera.
At home, yeah. It's
Yeah,
totally
you've seen
different
some
vibe.
sets, like
Yeah.
I've seen people perform where in that moment they ripped it, but then when you watch it, it's like, and it's a tough thing. I don't care what nobody says. And you got so many comments like, if I get a special, I get a special. Half of y'all motherfuckers, when they say action, you're not going to know what to do. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to be in a loose, comfortable environment like a club where you know nobody is looking at you. It's another thing when you know you're doing something and it's Netflix execs right there. It's a person that could scratch it. You know what I'm saying? That pressure, and then you also looking at everything other comics have done. You trying to compare like, oh, I need to do this. And with this special I just did, I got a compliment or comment. Someone said, "That's the most Donnell I've seen Donnell." Like who I am in a club environment kind of translated with the special.